What's up, everyone? It's been a while. It's been an entertaining week of action, sports, news, you name it. It's been a terrific week nonetheless. Well, folks, I'm back again for another episode of NFL Week 2 2009. I mean, the first week of the games were, I would say they were outstanding, and I've watched a lot of football in my time, and I've seen a lot of clutch games. I can't believe the Buffalo Bills, they had the lead in the Monday night game against the New England Patriots. And the New England Patriots just proven that they are still one of the greatest football teams of all time. Tom Brady, he has so much more weapons he has now. He has Fred Taylor, the likes of Joey Galloway, and don't forget you have Randy Moss, you have Lawrence Maroney. And this team just seems to get better and better. But I think the one weakness for this New England Patriots team is going to be their defense. With the losses of Teddy Bruschi, Mike, what's his name? I'll get back to that one after. Mike Vrabel. Okay, that's the name. Mike Vrabel. He was sent to the Kansas City Chiefs in the offseason in a trade. You have a lot of holes on that defense. No more Junior Seau. He's called it a career. And, same thing with Teddy Bruschi. So, it's a different defensive team, and same thing for Rodney Harrison. It's a different team defensively for the New England Patriots. When I look at the New England Patriots, they have all the pieces that takes to win a Super Bowl. They just need to stay consistent. Tom Brady just needs to be confident. Don't be afraid of a hit. I think you'll be just fine. I think it's just gonna take a few games, maybe 3-4 games, until Tom Brady's, I think, will be 100% confident in his offensive line, never mind his team. So, after coming back from a serious injury like Tom has come back from, lots of rehab on that foot, unbelievable surgery he had. It's the Achilles tendon. So, it's a serious injury he had, and he's just getting back and healthy again. Matt Castle did awesome for him in New England last year. So that's why in the offseason, New England traded Castle to the Kansas City Chiefs for like a second-round pick or something like that. But, Castle is the main guy in Kansas City. He was injured last week. There's rumors that he will be playing Sunday. It looks like his injury he has is healed a little bit, so I think he's about 80%. All you poolies out there, you might have Matt Castle in your fantasy pool. I got my fantasy pool. I got the likes of, Kurt Warner, Antonio Gates. And you look at Antonio Gates' team, the San Diego Chargers. They had played a close game against the Raiders. The Raiders looked like they were going to win the game. Darren McFadden had a game to remember. He ran for almost 100 yards. I think DeMarcus Russell's starting to figure out what the NFL is all about now. He's really turned his game around. And it was good to see another one of my all-time favorite football players in the defense for the San Diego Chargers, Sean Marion. Sean Marion had some trouble off the field, but no, he's back on the field again, and he's playing at his best. He's a leader of that team. Philip Rivers got this new big monster contract, $90+ million over 6 years. So, I got to say, LT needs to get healthy. I heard he got injured again. He needs to get it going. Darren Sproles is okay, but, man, LT's my man. LaDainian Thomas is one of my all-time favorite footballers, and he's a guy that can go out there and run through anything, run through bricks, run through walls. He's a superstar, and you need your superstars to be able to play. And, if San Diego's going to win anything, ever win a Super Bowl, it will be because of LT. He is their guy. He is their cornerstone, their franchise. And he needs to be 100% for the San Diego Chargers to do anything. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't think Philip Rivers is not the player that most teams or most general managers would love to have on their team. No doubt about it. But it's still LT. He still is the guy that, he's like the engine that keeps going and going. LT might be 30, but he can still run for another 5-6 years. He's still a productive running back. He's had a few injuries, but I know this guy, he is one of the best in the league. And now we move on to some other teams that will be playing this weekend. The Philadelphia Eagles, you know what? They don't look good. They do not look good this weekend. They got a tough opponent this weekend, so, it's going to be tough for them. I don't think they're going to win their game this weekend. They don't have no Donovan McNabb. They've signed Jeff Garcia, and I think Kevin McCobb is going to probably start, and then I think they'll finish the game with Jeff Garcia. So no Vic for this week, but next week, all the hype, all the controversy, all the big media is going to be all over Vic. So let me tell you, I've watched football for 20 years of my life, and I'm 27, but I've watched it 20 plus years of my entire existence on this planet, and I tell you, you never know in the game of football. You always get like a second, third chance in football, and look at this, this situation in Philadelphia is. We'll see what happens. McNabb got a serious injury. He broke a rib. And those type of injuries take weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks to heal. And you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, they lost their big guy, and Troy Polamalu. He's out 3 to 6 weeks with, I think it was one of those I think he pulled a hamstring or something. It was a serious leg injury. So it's going to take about 3 to 6 weeks to heal. So he should be back by week 7. So, that's another one of those serious injuries. Another a big blow to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's just a team that's resilient. They will not give up. They just win games, and I think that's what they're going to be looking for this week when they play their game this Sunday, tomorrow. So, I think the Steelers will win their game. I think they'll beat the team they're playing by 10, 20 points maybe. I'm going with them. The team, the Titans, they play this weekend on Sunday, and you know what? I'm taking the Titans. I think Kerry Collins is going to get his team turned around. They came close to beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're no surprise. And I think Arizona should win their game they play on Sunday. Seattle looked good in their first game, and Houshmandzadeh looked awesome. I saw the highlights of the game, and I think he's going to be a good mix for that team. And Edgerrin James, the former Arizona Cardinal, former Indianapolis Colt, one of the greatest running backs of NFL history. Sorry about that, folks. The NHL season's just around the corner, so sometimes you're going to mix up the names of the professional sport. But let me tell you. I think Edgerrin James is just a classic example that, it's not the guy might be 31, but he can still play the game. The game of football is funny. Sometimes.